you called for your members to express interest. How did it go? Were you overwhelmed maybe by the numbers?
The members of the NRM Parliamentary Caucus judiciously responded to the call for expression of interest. They expressed interest for serving in the last half of the 11th Parliament as members of the different standing committees. There are those who express interest for the leadership, that is both chairperson and deputy chairperson. Then there are also members who express interest for parliamentary commissioners.
So when is the exercise by the Central Executive Committee likely to kick off, and by which date do you envisage to have the individuals declared?
I have duly notified the national chairperson of the National Resistance Movement for consideration of holding the Central Executive Committee meeting for purposes of approving, as mandated by the NRM Parliamentary Caucus Rules of Procedure, the list of members who have expressed interest in the various leadership positions as leaders, but also as members, including parliamentary commissioners.
Talking about the leadership of the standing committees, the numbers might be huge, but for the commission, I believe that one should be something that you could be having the exact number of people who applied for this position.
I want to deal with the principles such that we are able to keep the internal processes intact, but I can give you assurance that in all those positions, members of the NRM expressed interest.
There were concerns then by a few of your party members that in Kyankwanzi you had agreed that this would be through a process of electing those members. Of course, then when you talk to us, you highlighted that the constitution was never changed and it remained the same. However, were you able maybe to talk to your members, and how did you address those concerns?
That resolution stands, but can only come into force when the NRM Parliamentary Caucus Rules of Procedure is amended to change it from designation to election as resolved by the NRM Parliamentary Caucus. For now, the position of the Rules of Procedure for the NRM Parliamentary Caucus is designation.
What is your assessment of how they have been able to perform? Because we sometimes back we would hear the speaker saying that attendance of the chairpersons of the committees is low, poor, and she offered guidance that these people need to be in the House, for instance.
I can confidently say that each and every committee presented reports on the floor of Parliament within the 2.5 years. So changes will definitely come. They are part of our life. Others will be retained. Others may not be retained. NRM, you know, is also a big family. There are so many things to be balanced. Regional balance, religion, you're talking about gender. All those are taken into consideration. Discipline, your loyalty to the party, all those will be taken into consideration as we proceed with this process.
Like you have said, changes are part of life. Absolutely. And therefore we shall be updating our viewers whenever we will be having the results of such changes, if any.